Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins!
Stop. What you just saw was a touchdown pass to cap up one of the greatest comebacks in college football history. Alabama was down 13-0 going into halftime, with the quarterback Jalen Hurts struggling. Hurts was then replaced by Tua Tagovailoa, the backup, and the rest was history. Tua managed to take a 13-0 lead and turn it into a 26-23 victory, giving Alabama, and more specifically Nick Saban, his fifth title with the program. Jalen Hurts from 2016 to 2017 was a pretty good quarterback. He led Alabama to 2 national title games, with him in 2017 throwing for over 2,000 yards and 17 touchdowns and rushing for even more, but just wasn't feeling it in the national championship game. This video will cover how Jalen Hurts went from being benched in the most important game of his life to a Super Bowl victory. And in the 2018 season, Tua was given the starting role and threw 43 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Jalen did not get much playing time, and Tua showed that he was the face of Alabama football. So Jalen transferred to Oklahoma, where he would get the starting role and did pretty well. He threw 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, nearly 4,000 yards, and all the while he also rushed for nearly 1,300 yards, leading Oklahoma to the Big 12 title game with an 11-1 record. Now, could Oklahoma beat Baylor in the Big 12 title game and secure a college football playoff spot?
They rush forward, drop everybody else, and they still get there. He got the throw off. It's incomplete. And Oklahoma.
With that, Oklahoma beat Baylor to win the Big 12 title game for the third consecutive year in a row, and was given the 4th seed in the college football playoff, where they would face off against LSU, who was led by none other than Joe Burrow.
218-pounder, looking to throw it in trouble, wrapped up and down. After the play fake, the slant, the catch, and the touchdown for with the deep throw. Hurts likes to run it in down here. He gave it to Kennedy Brooks. Touchdown! He powered his way in. 7-9, that would be the record. Throwing deep. Has him in! Another touchdown!
On 3rd and 17.
22-yard gain. Burrow deep again, on target again. Jefferson again. Burrow fakes it. Throws wide open. Touchdown!
Voted team captain.
That's the thing that meant the most to Jalen. T.J. Pledger, the touchdown for Oklahoma. 14-0 for the first time in school history. The only other time they were 13-0, they lost.
To say that did not go as planned for Oklahoma would be a massive understatement. Hurts, while he rushed for 2 yards, only managed 43 rushing yards and 217 yards, with a bad completion rate and 1 pick. And of course, Oklahoma was going against the 2019 LSU Tigers, who would eventually go on to beat Clemson in the national championship. Jalen Hurts would declare for the 2020 NFL draft, where he would get selected by the Eagles in the 53rd pick of the draft. The Eagles were looking on to move from Carson Wentz, who had struggled in previous seasons and failed to recapture the 2017 Magic. The Eagles only won 4 games in a division where the Commanders won by just going 7-9, and Hurts was given the first start in Week 14 of the season.
On a 3rd down, Hurts to throw it for the first time, looking to roll, trying to find someone, now looking to take it himself. Hurts is going to get there. Blitz is coming. Hurts sees it, gets rid of it. It's caught for the touchdown. Alshon to the edge and get a block. He'll do both. First down and more as Hurts. 4-man rush. Hurts just floats one out there. It's Goddard who makes the catch. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet.
Strong Christian faith that took them beyond coach-teammate relationship.
Here's Hurts, though. Nice play. And Hurts on the keeper. Jordan in pursuit. Gets a block and Hurts in. Jalen Hurts, by the way, over 100 yards rushing. So he and Sanders over 100 yards as Hurts Stands in, delivers on time. It's Ward who's got the catch. Down to the
While Jalen Hurts only managed 167 yards, he threw for a touchdown and rushed for over 100 yards. The Eagles would go on to beat the Saints, who would be the second seed in the NFC playoffs that year. And the Eagles fired their head coach at the end of the season, hiring Nick Sirianni for 2021. Then they would, in the 2021 NFL Draft, they would reunite Jalen Hurts with Devonta Smith, the Heisman winner of that year. In 2021, the Eagles would do well. Jalen Hurts would throw for over 3,000 yards and rush for nearly 800. He would throw 16 touchdowns, though he would throw 9 picks. However, the Eagles were expected to be a bottom 10 team, with draft experts projecting them to pick in the top 10 of the 22 NFL draft, but they went 9-8 and snuck into the playoffs. Jalen Hurts was pretty good, and so was the rush, but I also think I have to give credit to the defense, as they were pretty good that year, and the Eagles were in the NFL playoffs.
Bottom. They hand to Bernard, and he is in for the touchdown. Handoff here, and Vaughn walks in for the touchdown. Brady keeps, end zone wide open, touchdown, Gronkowski.
Even though they did get blown out, the Eagles were expected to again be a bottom 10 team. So this finish was pretty good for them. And the Eagles had figured that they found their guy at quarterback, and they decided to invest in the defensive side. And with the 13th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, they would select Jordan Davis out of Georgia. Then in later rounds, they selected Cam Jurgens for the trenches, and in the first round of the 2022 NFL Draft, they made a trade to acquire A.J. Brown from the Tennessee Titans. So, were the Eagles ready?
Ready? We were born ready!
At their own 47. Good protection again, launch downfield. Watkins wide open, touchdown.
Smith in motion, Hurts on 4th and goal. He's going to run for it. Hurts! Football is loose. What's the call here? Now they say touchdown. Look at that room up top.
Last 3 plays have gone for first downs. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Haskell with the touchdown.
Second and 10, Hurts. We'll try the other side this time. Coming back together for the touchdown.
It's again all day, going deep for the end zone. He's got it. Smith in for the touchdown.
On 4th and 7. Hurts lofts it for Smith. It's a touchdown. Devontae Smith. On 3rd and 8, pressure coming out of the secondary. Hurts saw it and took off. End zone ahead. Touchdown.
Jalen Hurts had a really good season. He threw 22 touchdowns, 3,700 yards, and only 6 interceptions, while rushing for an additional 13 touchdowns. And shout out to Miles Sanders. He had a really good 2022. The Eagles would go on to take the Giants, who were probably a fluke team that year, and then they would go to the NFC Championship, where the Eagles would take on the 49ers, punching their ticket to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was pretty good and had both teams at neck and neck. However, the Kansas City Chiefs would get the best of the Eagles, winning on a Harrison Butker field goal. The Eagles would take a step back from 2022, winning only 11 games instead of 14. Jalen Hurts did have a pretty good season. He threw 3,900 yards, 23 touchdowns, rushed for 600 yards and 15 touchdowns, but he also threw 15 interceptions, which is a lot. Plus, the Cowboys were much better. They had Dak Prescott throw for 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. The Eagles actually started out 10-1, but somewhere along the line they collapsed, going from 10-1 to 11-6. The Eagles would manage to make the playoffs, only to get beaten down by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by a score of 32-9. Jalen Hurts would throw 250 yards and a touchdown, but the rushing side was not very good. As to why the Eagles collapsed, well, they did get new coordinators. Jalen Hurts did throw 15 picks, but their defense was good, especially on the passing side, where they gave up so many first downs, touchdowns, yards. The rushing side was a little better, but it was still mediocre, and they gave up a lot of penalties. But it was clear that the Eagles had a lot of work to do.
Hurts looking the other way. Lofts it. Barkley, end zone. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Protection broke down. Hurts out to his right. He's got the first down. Barkley. Heavy pass early on. Hurts looking deep. He's got Dallas Goedert. Goedert's inside the 15s. Trying to get some of it back. They'll get plenty. Dallas Goedert is wide open. Down the sideline. Inside.
Hurts is going to keep it. Hurts. Beautiful fake. Hurts dancing around. Buying time. Planting. Firing. Wide open. A.J. Brown. Twisted down at about.
In the middle of the field or outside.
Able to shake off the pressure. Fires to the end zone, and it's caught by Dallas Goedert.
RPO action. Hurts is able to get away from two Panthers and slide down.
How to get to the quarterback, forcing a third long.
Five-man rush. Hurts trying to step up, get back into field goal range. Nice block by Gainwell. There goes Hurts inside the 10, and it's first.
The Eagles turned it around, going 14-3. Jalen Hurts did throw less than 3,000 yards and only rushed for 600 yards, but he threw 18 touchdowns and rushed for 14 touchdowns. Plus, thanks Saquon Barkley for the 2,000 yards he gave. The Eagles' defense was also much better compared to last season, with them having the highest defensive rating in the NFL, and they got the second seed and were looking to make a Super Bowl push.
Throw it here, quick throw near side. Good adjustment and a catch by Goedert, who runs over his man, still on his feet, and he scores! What a play by Dallas Goedert, ran right through Bell. Hurts, a fake and a beauty. Hurts with the moves. Jalen Hurts, despite that, not going to get there. Played well. Xavier McKinney. Here's Love, though, last gasp attempt. Going deep down the field into double coverage. It's intercepted! Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell.
Open up some of those running opportunities for Saquon.
Hurts this time pulls it and keeps it and takes off for the first down. Through a tackle and Hurts on the run. He might go. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3rd and 4. They'll run out of it. Big opening, Barkley. There he goes. Barkley going to ring the bell again. Touchdown, Philadelphia. I should say on the last drive. Hurts looking in the middle, man open, it's Goedert. Defender fell down and Goedert takes off inside the 30. This year, he's got a knack for it. To take the lead, Elliott leaking to the right, but he squeezes it in. To extend the lead to 4. And Elliott knocks it through. Here's Barkley, a little shovel, looking for an edge, gets it. Saquon Barkley, first down. Barkley, oh! Saquon, touchdown. Hurts gets a shove. Hurts in. Ball comes out. Penalty flag. Hurts to throw. Near side, lets her rip. Brown, touchdown. Barkley gets outside. Saquon down at the 1. They're going to go, and Hurts is in! Touchdown, Eagles!
They're basically unstoppable.
Here is Barkley, outside! Barkley, touchdown! Eagles fly to Super Bowl 59!
Jalen Hurts had a really good postseason, leading the Eagles to the Super Bowl. He threw 726 yards, only gave up a pick, and not to mention he rushed for 5 touchdowns. Also, Saquon Barkley really stepped up during the postseason. The Eagles were once again going up against the Chiefs, starting vengeance for their 2023 Super Bowl loss. And, okay, do I even need to say what happens? I mean, come on, do I really need to say what happened in this Super Bowl? The Eagles clearly had momentum from the beginning of the game.
Note to self.
Okay, the Kansas City did score
glasses.
16 points in the fourth quarter, but they were all garbage time touchdowns, and the Eagles managed to win the Super Bowl. And Jalen Hurts went from being benched in the national championship in 2018 to becoming a Super Bowl winner and giving the Eagles their second Super Bowl victory, and will forever cement himself in Eagles lore. And I gotta say, that's a really good comeback. It may not be as good as some other comebacks we've seen in the NFL, but it's a really good comeback nevertheless. And if you liked the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.